David Thompson.
Nice. Good answer. Folks, Kevin Keatts has joined us. You're standing.
All right.
We'll spend about 8 minutes with him, and then as the student athletes fold in, we will get them going. If you would, please identify yourselves and the name of the agency that you are with, and we'll spend about 8 minutes with our head coach. So who would like the first question inside the room? Seeing a hand right here to our right, Coach, second row against the wall.
Colby Trotter, the technician. Last year, you guys were one of the best transition teams in the country. Is that something you guys want to do again? And do you think this team could be like that?
Yeah, I think you've been listening in on my practice a little bit. We were good last year, and I didn't realize that until after the year. I think we were right at 15 points a game in transition. And with this particular team, because we lost Jarkel Joyner, we lost to Quavion Smith, I would love to play a little bit faster than that. And, but we got to run. We got to figure out how to get some easy baskets as much as we can. So I would love to play that way.
Coach, still on the right, third row.
Hey, Coach. Scout Hughes, WBRF. Talk to me a little about MJ Rice coming to North Carolina State. How important is a player of his caliber to be on state squad? And then just how important is it to get a kid from the Triangle to NC State?
Yeah, I've known MJ Rice for at least 5 years and have followed him and recruited him and always admired the way he played. Super fast, very athletic, tough. Gets in the paint. He can really finish around the basket. And when he went into the portal, we had a really good conversation about coming home. Here's an opportunity to play in front of your home crowd, your family, and everything else. And he decided to come to NC State. Tremendous player, McDonald's All-American. I want you to think about this. He went to Kansas with the opportunity to play, and unfortunately it didn't work out in his favor. They had pretty good players who played in front of him, and, I think, eventually you're going to see a guy that's hungry and has the opportunity to kind of show people what he's really about.
Coach, to your left, third row against the wall.
Hey, Coach. Brian Murphy with WRAL. Commissioner Phillips earlier today said that he's not in favor of inviting all 18 teams to the ACC tournament. I wondered, as a coach, what your thoughts are on what the size of the tournament should be, and if it'd be good or bad not to have all the teams there.
Well, I think we should invite everybody. And here's my thought on that. I think what makes, if I ask you guys to say, tell me what makes the NCAA tournament so special. And everybody's going to say when the 16 seed is able to beat the number 1 seed, or 15-2. I just think when you play in a conference, somehow I hope that we can figure out, how to let everybody go, even if it means extending Tuesday one game or even adding a Monday to it. And you think about this now, we'll eventually get to 18 teams, and that 18th team has the opportunity to upset someone where they start on a Friday and Saturday night they're in a championship. I just think it makes for a great story. So I don't know where we'll end up with that, and certainly whatever the presidents and the AD and Commissioner Phillips decide is best. But if you're asking me personally, I love to see everyone go.
Coach, right side, third row. Raise your hand, please.
Corey Smith with Pack Pride. Kevin, kind of feeding off the MJ Rice question from earlier, has there been any update at this point on his potential return to the team, and what would it mean to this team to have him back in that rotation as well?
Yeah, MJ is back working out with our strength coach, Pat Murphy, and trying to get him into some type of basketball shape. And, certainly, Corey, you've seen him and multiple times, and he can play multiple positions, and he's physical, he can defend and everything else. So it'd be very good to have him back into the rotation. There's no timetable. I don't know what that is. Everything's going to be a day-by-day situation, but he is doing some things with our strength coach.
We're going to come to the first row.
Hey, guys. Good. How you doing? Good. The guy got his cell phone up there. Don't worry about it. If it rings, don't answer.
Coach, right here, first row to your right.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, going off of the fact that you want every team in the ACC, when it expands to 18, to be in the ACC tournament, what are your thoughts on the mega conferences now and the fact that we're ballooning to 16, 18, some trying to potentially get to 20?
You know, I decided a long time ago not to even get involved with that. Like, I have no idea what we're going to look like in 2 years, next year, the year after that. You know, when I took the job at NC State, I didn't get the chance, the choice to say whether I'm playing at Boston College, where I'm going to Miami. I'm going to go wherever they tell me. And it's just about that. You know, a lot of the decisions, as you guys know, are based on football. And that's what it is, and it's revenue, and it's everything else. And I just want to do my part at NC State.
Coach, from the podium, this will be your 7th season as a head coach, but it's the 7th time that your leading scorer hasn't come back. I don't know if there's a question there.
What are you trying to make me cry? What are you doing?
No, I guess part of the question is, and I know it's the wrong way to put it, but how do you find peace with that? How do you get used to it? What is it about your rhythm as a head coach that still allows you to be successful, knowing that that's what you're up against?
Well, I'm an opportunity coach. And so though we lost to Quavion Smith and Jarkel Joyner, I don't know which one was which. I know they both were around 17 points a game. Then I'm really hoping, you know, I hope they're listening a little bit. I'm hoping we can get something from DJ Burns. Maybe he can be the leading scorer and guy who's leaving, or Casey Morsell. Oh, I didn't see y'all right there. But, you know, it's an opportunity. You know, in today's world, you're going to lose some really good basketball players, and you got to figure out, you know what you're going to do. We went out and we recruited, 7 transfers and 1 freshman. Maybe one of those guys can lead us and do it in a different way. But I think we got really 2 good veteran guys who had a really good year for us last year. One of the reasons why we made it to the tournament and won 23 games. But to answer your question, I didn't even know that until I got here and somebody told me that right now. So now that I know, I got to start looking at it a little bit more. Maybe I need to cut back on some of those leading scorer shots that they're taking now.
Well, in all fairness, that's a good communications director feeding me that note. So yeah, I appreciate that. Coach, we'll have you switch places with Casey. Casey, you can spend a few minutes with us.
Hey, good luck, okay? Good. You want me to have your phone?
Yeah, you got it, man. You got it.
Folks, once again, please identify yourselves. And Casey, if you want to pull those mics up a little bit, you can do that.
Okay. What do you mean?
I didn't say anything. I'm just saying.
Where are we going?
Who would like a question for Casey? We'll go 3rd row, Casey, to your right, or 4th row. It doesn't matter. Whichever of the 2 would like to go first.
Casey, Corey Smith with Pack Pride. Just obviously a different, not a different role for you going into this year, but a different opportunity for you. Obviously, being a guy that returns with several backcourt pieces being gone from last year. What do you see as your role heading into this year and being more of a leader heading into this season too?
Yeah, like you said, it's definitely a bigger opportunity with a lot of guys leaving. But one of the biggest things I got to be is more aggressive on the offensive end, be more versatile in terms of scoring the ball. Last year was definitely good to kind of shoot the ball in terms of especially the catch and shoot, but just adding more to the game to help the team, to help the offense, which will help the team kind of be more successful.
Casey, the gentleman right behind him to the right.
Miles Master-Cole with Pack Pride. Your role has obviously evolved over the course of your time at NC State, and now you kind of find yourself as the elder statesman of the group. What kind of leadership role are you taking on in the locker room and with the guys this season?
Yeah, well, of course, just being more vocal. I feel like that's the biggest piece, especially with a group of new guys. You definitely got to be more vocal and just being a guy who really builds strong relationships off the court. Because as a leader, it's easier to kind of coach and direct guys and tell people where to go when you have that strong relationship off the court.
Casey, right side, 1st row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Casey, you decided to leave Virginia to come to NC State, believing that this was the right fit for you. What is it about Kevin Keatts, his message, and his leadership that spoke to you and continues to?
Yeah, okay. All right, man. See, there you go. There you go. Man, come on, man. Well, the biggest thing about NC State was it started off as just belief, right? Like I think throughout the whole recruiting process, believing in the fact that what you bring is valuable. And bro, why are you still recording? But no, and then also the development piece. Being able to kind of develop on and off the court. But in terms of just my game, being in a position where now I feel confident taking shots that I work on every day, being able to make more plays. That's kind of the biggest reason why I chose State, man. But this. All right, man. Yeah, you can click it. You can click it now. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Casey, now that Coach got what he needed, you can switch places with DJ.
Man, I got you, man.
DJ, again, if you want to push the mics up a little bit, you can. Questions for DJ Burns? DJ will go to the right side, second row here, right up against the wall.
Colby Trotter, the technician. So last year, as the season progressed, you became more of an offensive hub and like using your playmaking ability to get guys like Casey Morsell open shots. Is that something that you want to do more of this year, being a playmaker, especially having shooters like Casey Morsell with you?
Yes, sir. Coach did a great job of going out and recruiting some players who can really go. So I definitely plan on taking advantage of that and using it to our advantage. Our guys work really hard, and I'm going to find them every time I can if I don't have a shot. So that's definitely an emphasis for sure.
We're going to go right side, third row.
There we are. Hello. Okay. Brian Pirtle, Pack Pride. You mentioned a little bit, a lot of new faces in the front court with the transfer portal. Just what's the dynamic like with you guys? And just talk a little bit about what Diarra and Middlebrooks and all those guys bring to the table.
I feel like everyone brings something unique to the table. I feel like all the pieces fit well together, and we just got to continue to put them together and make sure that they mesh at the rate that we need to be able to perform. But again, all thanks to Coach. He came out and he gave us a lot of good pieces that fit well together. So I'm very excited to see how it plays out.
DJ, what was it about your game in which you did not start the first 10 games of last season, but then all of a sudden you were there? I mean, you just showed up. Where is it that drive or that energy came from?
It was already there. I just decided to stay patient and wait on my opportunity instead of getting rattled. Unfortunately, it happened at the hands of one of my teammates getting hurt. But for me, it's been a blessing to be able to be here and be able to take on and expand my role. It's been everything to me.
Thank you. We're going to go towards the back. Right side.
Richton Cunningham, Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. DJ, is there a particular player that you grew up watching or a player that you kind of like to model your game after or take tips from?
I'm going to be honest. I've always been big on having a footwork. I feel like, playing in the post is something that people have kind of shied away from, and it's something that I've always embraced. And I feel like it's made me different. I would say I watched a lot of Hakeem Olajuwon growing up. I just happened to end up with the Zach Randolph build.
Speaking of light on your feet, Coach Keatts believes you need to be on Dancing with the Stars because of that footwork.
Yeah, you might have to teach me the dancing part, but I got the footwork.
To the right side, first row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. DJ, you also transferred into the program. What was it about Kevin Keatts, in your opinion, about his vision and his mission that spoke to you? And if you want to give him your phone, he can record this one too.
Oh, no, I left my phone down there. Smart man. But with Coach Keatts, I've played for, this is the fourth staff I've played for now. So it really wasn't hard to tell who's more personable and who's more going to be allowing me to be in a family setting. And that's something that I initially learned from Coach Keatts just off the first night there. How he interacted with my parents and my sister, that was very important to me. And then, staying the weekend, he interacted with me as well. I got to see all the facilities, and it just felt like the right fit from the jump. I don't even think I took another visit after my NC State visit. It just felt like home.
DJ, last question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A basketball player first, and then honestly, my goal is to use my sociology degree and the certificate that I'm working towards now. I want to work in the therapy field and possibly, have my own firm one day. That's a goal, main goal.
NC State, good luck this year. Folks, thanks for the time. Pitt is due up next at 3:30.